All right, let's call this a primer in intervals. An interval is the distance between two notes. Each interval has its own qualities of tension or resolution. We call those qualities either dissonant or consonant. Dissonant being needing resolution and sounding tense, and consonant means not needing resolution because it's already sounding resolved. So one is not pleasing to the ear as we describe it, and the other is pleasing to the ear. Right, so you can hear that. Okay, so what we're going to do is begin by defining the intervals in a major scale. The major scale is, we're just using C, right? Guitaristically, I can play it here. Okay, and now we're going to go through these intervals that we see on the top, and you should be able to memorize these. The first interval is we call it a unison. It's like the fundamental in the harmonic overtone series. If you haven't seen my video on the harmonic overtone series, I really suggest you go and check it out. It will probably explain a lot. So the harmonic overtone series is a musical expression of acoustical physics, and it's really, really important that you understand that. Okay, so the first interval obviously is going to be consonant, right? Because it's completely resolved, right? It's a resolution. All the other notes in the C major scale want to return to the C tonal center, or this C tonic. Okay, and then the next interval is a major second, the D. And if I play the notes of C and D together, in other words, harmonically, you tell me if it's dissonant or consonant. My vote is that it's dissonant. I think this interval is very dissonant. However, if you take this very dissonant sound, that when it's close to the tonic and you move it up an octave, it sounds quite lovely within a chordal context. So it's just a matter of counting through the major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's my ninth, which is the same note as my second. But when we put it in a harmonic context, it sounds lovely. When we play it directly against the C, it doesn't sound as lovely. All right, and then the major third is a very strong and consonant interval because it takes place in a very low place on the overtone series. Again, that's another topic you can take a look at. Suffice to say, this is very harmonically cohesive. It just belongs. Everything is right when you're playing a major third, right? And the major third is a part of our triad. And so everything seems to want to resolve to that triad. Okay, so we're talking about tension and resolution, consonance and dissonance, major third, consonant, perfect fourth, counting up, is arguably consonant. Some say that it's dissonant. I don't hear it as dissonant. I hear it as a part of a four chord. slightly dissonant in my mind. So the fourth, the perfect fourth, it's called the perfect fourth. Again, I'm bringing up the harmonic overtone series because of its strong position as a lower partial in the harmonic overtone series. And then we get to the fifth. This is definitely consonant. It's so strongly present in the root or the tonal center or the first partial or the fundamental that it almost sounds as if you're only playing one note if you're perfectly in tune, right? Okay. Perfect fifth, consonant, major six. And that major six is also consonant. And then our major seven I would vote that is dissonant. When you tuck it into a chord and put it far enough away from the, tuck it into a major chord. There it is there. Again, that's a dissonance, but when we add the other notes of the chord, it's just lovely. It belongs in there. It's like a spice. And then the octave, also called the perfect octave, because it happens in the harmonic overtone series. Perfect octave, perfect unison, perfect fourth, perfect fifth. Each of those have a very low position in a sort of a very strong position in the foundation of our music and the foundations of our harmony in our system of music in the Western world. Again, check out the harmonic overtone series or acoustical physics if you're more interested. Okay, so that's a little discussion on intervals. The next time we're going to look at intervals, we're going to discuss the inversion of intervals. So, for instance, if I take a third inverts to a sixth. Major third, minor sixth. Of fourth will invert to a fifth, and so on, right? So each of these are sensitive to these inversions, and things can begin to sound different within a musical context, right? Within voice leading context and so on. That's a little bit of a primer on intervals. You should memorize the intervals in a major scale because it's the stuff that music is made of. Great, thanks, and see you soon.